BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Here we are again in what would appear to be the same basic analysis as we had yesterday. So this move up a few days ago, yesterday in the red, today continuing with the red, and so long as we hold on or in, but preferably above on this box around 42,000, everything's fine. Also the 10 exponential creeping up towards the support, which is the bottom level, which is around 41,280. Yeah, we'll be in there tomorrow. Maybe we can bounce off that anyway as a wick. Wicks are okay. We're looking for closures really for confirmation. But yeah, I mean, Bitcoin looking okay. Nothing goes straight up. I think this is often the misconception and the problem that people have, especially with altcoins. So when's it going to move? When's it going to move? Well, I mean, they've already moved, haven't they? Let's face it. They've already moved. They've been moving for about 2 months now. Everything has a little bit of time. You can't just, when you're breathing on a daily basis, you do have to breathe out as well. You can't just go, I need more oxygen. I need more oxygen. More oxygen. It's not going to work for you. You do have to breathe out in order to get some more oxygen. So, yeah, allow for the exhale, really, on these charts. So Bitcoin basically is exhaling at the moment, which is fine. It's not dying. This is not a death rattle. This is just an exhale. And for the moment, we'll be looking for the next breath to be taken at any point, so long as it's above this 41,300. But I would much prefer to see it above 42,000. That'd be the best place. So let's take it down a notch to the 4 hourly. Oh, that is very nice, isn't it? A 4 hourly. Bollinger Band Center retest, which so far is getting some kind of reaction. As far as momentum, yeah, it's cooling off. It's exhaling. That's all perfectly fine. Allow for the exhale. 50 exponential, similar to the 10 on the daily, creeping up into that major support, really. Major support zone. Let's have a look at Ethereum then. So Ethereum, not quite the same on this 4 hourly, losing. So it's not lost, but it's sort of wicking below the 21 and the 20 on this 4 hourly. Okay, fair enough. It's not the pillar of strength, but still above the major support, which is still going to be that 2,150. 10 exponential is now above that, really sitting at 2,180. Momentum is a bearish divergence drive on the RSI, a single drive of that. Not enough to be concerned over, just one drive of that. It's not too much of a big deal. And obviously the weekly is still looking quite good, crossed up above the 0 point, trending up. No bearish divergence on any of the oscillators around here, so that does look good. So as far as the chart is concerned, very much like Bitcoin, looking to breathe out before the next breathe in. But I say it, I've been saying it for ages. I'll just say it one more time. Just beware, because the money flow index on Bitcoin is now even making another positive slope up towards that 92. When we get to 95, we really shouldn't be in it unless you're happy to. I'm assuming most of us have got Bitcoin and we just hold Bitcoin regardless. A hodler's paradise, isn't it? Really, and what's a 30% pullback, which is what we've worked out roughly is what we'd be looking for anyway, if this was to pull back from wherever it goes to, whether it's 48 or maybe even from here, but it probably goes up a little higher, I would imagine. So what's a 30% pullback in the grand scheme of things? It's fine. The risk to reward is still fine, but yeah, it is still a 30% pullback. So yeah, the risk to reward from new entries at this point right now, it doesn't make sense, to risk a 30% pullback, even if we were to make it up to the top. So let's just say, we buy right now. I'm buying Bitcoin at 43,000. With a target of around about 13, maybe 15, and then a pullback, of potentially 30 from where we are right now, taking us more or less down to the 28,000, which is fine. That'd still keep the trend signal in play if it were to do it today. If it were to do it next week, you'd have to hold above 30. It still seems reasonable that that's the area that we'll be pulling back into and holding and being supported above. So keeping the trend signal in play on this Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. So yeah, the risk to reward is not great for a new trade on this one, absolutely. But for anyone who bought here, or even here, it's still fine just to hold that position, I would say. I wouldn't be too concerned about that at all. Right, so let's move over very briefly to some other charts. Dixie still in a downtrend, obviously, but it's perking up a little. It's waking up a little. 4 hourly coming down now to, again, Bollinger Band Center. Is it going to break or is it going to hold? Support here, so you'd expect it to hold, but that was a resistance, and it actually got rejected from it on this 4 hourly. So, you know, it's neither here nor there really with this trend. The trend is a downtrend, so you should expect it to continue to trend down, to be honest. That's a rejection on a 200 exponential. It's not a death cross, not yet. We're still waiting for this to make that death cross. Either way, it is a resistance that's proven to be a problem yesterday and today. So maybe the downtrend does continue on this one. I'm not particularly sold on either direction on the Dixie right now, because it is, you know, relatively low, but it's still what I would say in no man's land. You know, the supports and the resistances on the top end of all of this is great. You know, when in doubt, zoom out. We find ourselves in a very, very neat and tidy long-term rising channel, which does often break down. And obviously, this will break down at one point, because a rising channel will go up, 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 up forever. And price action generally lives within a range, even though it's a uptrend range. So it will break down at one point. Is it going to do it this year? This decade? I don't know. It's just impossible to say right now. But we're in the center of this range. So by being in the center of the range, with a kind of like a strange vibe going on in central bank worlds right now, it's hard to really call which direction it's going to get outside of potentially like a 15-minute, 4 hourly time frame at best. So I'm not really willing to give any. I don't think I'm capable at this point of calling a particular direction. We might be looking at trend reversal, but at the moment it's still a downtrend from this peak, which offers at least a retest of the lows. But I'm not particularly sold on either direction on that one. S&P still quite good in all fairness. You know, I came up to make effectively a double top, and still being supported on this resistance, stroke support, sorry, so it's a support at the moment. So the S&P looks okay. Above all major moving averages, this is still an uptrend. 4 hourly. Again, this one looks like it's breathing out, similar to Bitcoin, before another leg up, to be honest. Yeah, the closer we get to this peak over here, the more concerned I will be. Let's take it back to a weekly, because again, similar to Bitcoin, we were quite hot and overheated on that money flow index, but since then we've breathed out considerably. So if we did want to move up, we could easily make a new all-time high on this one, and that would make Bloomberg right. They would be right, because they were talking about a 5,000 S&P, weren't they? Which I found concerning at the time. So we'll see what's going on with that. But yeah, stocks benefiting from the lower dollar prices, which is what it is. And if dollar keeps going down, if Dixie keeps going down, then it'll still benefit from that. You know, the Fed, I'm pretty sure that they have stopped hiking, and to be honest with you, I believe they're likely to lower the rates actually next year, and I think that's what the market is already pricing in, the lowering of rates, not to stimulate the economy, but to sort of protect the housing market. Right, I'll leave it with you there, but thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.